up, whoa, we're gonna rise up. Whoa, we're gonna rise up, whoa, not gonna give up, whoa, we're gonna rise up, yeah, oh, we're gonna rise up.
Well, welcome to Rise Up, hosted by me, Steve Collum. I'm so excited you're here. Today, we have an amazing guest interview for you. I'm going to be interviewing Glenn Lavender, and he has got an amazing story, how he started Silver Hand Meadery, not brewery, meadery. And if you're not quite sure what that is, it's a honey-based brewery, and it's amazing. So I'm so excited. We're going to talk about some of the obstacles that he had to challenge and some of the things he had to kind of go over or get through to reach some of his dreams. And we share like 3 great, amazing tips and points that I really think will benefit you. And you'll be able to take those keys and be like, chase your dreams, chase the businesses, chase the things that you want in life, and by using these 3 little keys. And so I'm excited, and I also want to let you know that this podcast is sponsored by my Patreon account, which is, if you head over to patreon.com/Steve Collum, and I encourage you there, think about, maybe supporting me, and a little as a coffee a month, that helps run this podcast. And the main reason I started this podcast, I wanted an inspirational and motivational discussion group where I can show you keys or help you reach your dreams. And the beginning of this year, me and my wife gave birth to our precious little son Asher, who was stillborn, and it really rocked our worlds and really changed us. But I really wanted to give him a voice. I wanted to be able to give him a voice, and no better way, I thought, than some sort of inspiring and encouraging and motivational message, a motivational talk, where every single episode we share amazing stories on how people overcame those tragedies or obstacles in their lives. So anyway, feel free, please head over to patreon.com/Steve Collum, and think about supporting us here. So awesome. Let's go ahead and dive into this amazing interview. Yoga, I do my gym every other day, and I go for runs. I got up to a half a marathon. I think it was last year, but I can't run. I'm like, it was more of a walk run. But how does that play in your own health and keeping yourself healthy? How does that play in your success that you've had?
Huge. So I'll say I've run 7 marathons and 2 half marathons.
All right, mic drop.
There we go. Yeah. I haven't done one for a little while, but I think that really formed who I am today, to tell you the truth. Because what's beautiful about a marathon is I went from April of what year, whatever year it was, 2003, maybe 2003, I think. I wasn't running at all. January, I ran a marathon. That's not any, all I did was stuck to a plan and stayed with it. And it literally is taking another step every day. And so it's just something, if you do that, if you learn to run a half marathon or a full marathon, it's gonna rewire your brain to have some endurance and stick with things. So I think that has really been a big part of who I am, is doing those marathons. And so, yeah, I find discipline is really important to me in a few areas, especially. But there's just certain things. If something's really important to you, you'll make sure it happens every day. And so when people tell me that, oh, this is really important to me, but they're not doing it, then it's sort of like, well, it's not. I mean, what's important to you, you spend time on. And so I say that I know a lot of all of us waste time that we wish we were spending on other things because we can get pulled in. But every morning, my current routine, I'll tell you my current routine, which has been since the beginning of the year, I guess now, has been when I wake up, I'll usually do some sort of spiritual reading. I'm a Christian, so I'll read something tied to the Bible or some other writers in that world. So something, nothing too long, 5 or 6 minutes of reading. Then I go into just a quiet meditation where there's this meditation practice of, there's usually a reading and then a short reading or short prayer. Then I'll sit quiet just for 3 minutes. And that quiet is me really just trying to practice focus, really. So like, if something comes into mind, I try to picture it on a conveyor belt, and if it plops in, it's just like, okay, let it roll out. And if I find myself just having too many things come in, I have my the last couple of years I've been like choosing these words to keep my focus. So abundance was this year's. Abundance and open hands are the two things that I try to keep top of mind every morning. And so I'll do that. And then after that, I'll go out 3 times a week. I'll go out and do a 6 to 7 mile run, so about an hour of running. And then that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then Tuesday, Thursday, I actually write with Australians on those days in the morning at 7 a.m. So I'll do my quiet time stuff before that. And then I'll write from like 7 to 8:30. And then I'm fasting all that time too. I do like the fasting from the night before, and then I'll do an upper body and core workout and that on those 2 days. And so trying to stick with that so that, what that gives me is confidence that I'm looking after myself. It's small things that I can do. It's like I can do that. And anytime there's anything like physical, I have zero hesitation about doing it. I'm almost 48 and I feel like I'm 25 still. So, I don't have my boy has my youngest boy had a trampoline park birthday party, and like I'm out there jumping for an hour, 90 minutes and loving it. Like I'm just having so much fun. My shirt's drenched in sweat, but I'm trying to jump higher than every kid, So I think it brings like a level of confidence with the exercise, which I need as a creative. I think you're often questioning, is this good enough? Am I good enough? And so having anything that can build some confidence is a helpful thing. So I think, but those practices are something I stick to.
Yeah. Oh, I think that is absolutely gold. And I think I haven't heard it said like that it builds confidence, because we all think, fitness thing or even a health thing. It's like, hey, I'm going to have a salad instead of a, big heavy sandwich thing with meat and everything else. Maybe I'll just have a light salad for dinner. If that's, people make that choice. And the more you do that things, whether it's going to the gym or whether it's you doing your stretching, whatever it is, and most viewers and most listeners right now know exactly what they should be doing or what that thing is. And I've never heard anyone say it like you just said it, that it builds confidence. And it's so true, because you feel like as the example of eating a salad instead of a heavy meal or something, you can then go back to that the rest of that day or rest of that week or the little while, whatever that time is, and be like, feel good about yourself. And it's a confidence. You have a confidence that you did it. Not only you had the self-discipline to not eat the box of chocolates or whatever it is, but you had that salad and you were you ruled over your body and your self-control there. And I think absolutely, I love that confidence. Absolutely. I love that.
And you can't get legalistic about it, because there's just going to be days where, you're going to be on vacation, you're going to be out with people, whatever. Like if you get legalistic and beat yourself up, that's not good either. So, it's like most weeks I'm on I get all of it in, but I think Wednesday's going to be tricky this week. I can already see it. So I might just miss that one and I'll be okay with that. So, or I'll try and make it up on the weekend,
Absolutely. And I think too, it's all about that balance too, where it's you know, if you're living good or doing the right thing, whatever that is for you, it could be a health thing, maybe it's a you know, for me personally, I'm trying to skip dinner. So I try not to eat anything after, you know, 5, 6 o'clock. And it's kind of a
Yeah.
fast kind of thing where it's like, I don't, until I have until I have breakfast, but I'll try and do that. And I know that that's good for my weight control, you know, and it's,
Right.
the, whatever people are trying, whatever they're trying to do right or do the right thing or do that thing that they're trying to do, whether diet or health or gym or whatever it is. If you do it 90% of the time, over a long period of time, you're winning by a long shot. Even if you do it 70% of the time, you know.
And again, that's what the marathon taught me. It's like, if I can just do a little bit every day,
Yeah.
then gosh, in 9 months, I can run 26 miles. How is that possible? It's crazy. But yeah, that fasting thing, I started doing a regular fast twice a week in the beginning of Lent and just stuck with it. But uh, I am I was always just such a wake up in the morning, eat right away. And I feel like I've just learned so much as far as, and this is just me, there's so many people that can do this so easily, but I'm just like, the fact that I can survive. I'm not going to die. Wow, this is like, I'm actually not even going to feel horrible. Like, I'll just feel bad for a little bit, and then there's like almost a sharpening of the mind too. So it's, yeah, there's just like, you got to just throw yourself into different situations and try different things. And yeah, we've been here now for 10 years, and I'm like, I'm itching. I'm ready for, like, okay, what's next? I want to get on to something new because I'm kind of in a routine. And you know, some people, I like the routine to a degree, but I need to travel or move or something. I get itchy for that kind of stuff pretty easily.
No, I hear absolutely, absolutely. I know right around springtime, because here in Colorado it's snowing all winter, and then as soon as you know, all the leaves start coming out, the flowers coming out, you know, me and my wife are like, oh, we gotta go to a beach somewhere, or where, Bahamas, Hawaii, straight. Where are we gonna do? We gotta get itchy, you know, go
Yeah,
see some no snow, you know, somewhere.
but you've got some awesome hiking, man. I love it. Anytime I get out there, I'd love spending a day just going up and like making life hard on myself, and then enjoying the view, and also, like, again, stewardship. Like, we've all been given a body, and we got to look after it, and not only just looking after it, but gosh, it's such a gift to be able to, like, walk up a mountain and, and enjoy all that comes with it. Breathing the thin air is even fun. Like, sometimes you get high enough for, like, you can only walk a minute, and you just gotta stop and catch your oxygen, and then keep going. I don't know. I love that stuff. It's fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We should do a plan to do a 14er. I've never done any 14ers up here, and
Me neither. I'd be so about that. So let's plan it. I'm in. If you've got a date, let's figure it out.
absolutely. For anybody who's not sure, the 14ers are 1,400 feet above sea level. So it's one of the mountains. I think there's
14,000.
Yeah, I said 1,400 or something.
Yeah.
14,000. Yes, you're right. 14,000
Yeah.
is just under, just over half of Mount Everest, I guess. So it's crazy, but yeah. So people hike them up there, and there's low oxygen up there, and so it's you know, it doesn't matter how slow you take it, but you'll probably have to slow down just to catch your breath, you know.
Yeah, totally.
But absolutely, that's a great goal too. And all those, having just kind of like touching on one thing, you know, goals are just so important. You know, just having that, because you know, if you do that, you're like, all right, well, now I have to get a little bit more fit, you know, so I don't get collapse at 4,000 feet or something, you know. So
Yeah.
absolutely,
And it comes back to what we talked about before. Like, it's the goal, the vision, being able to see the thing you want to accomplish. So, like, if that was something I've never done and I really, really wanted to do, like, I'd love to do it. I don't have it like really hardcore on my list, and I don't feel like, I feel like I can do it no problem. Not no problem. It'll be work, but like, if it was something that really freaked me out, I would go talk to some 14er experts, people who have done it, and they would walk me through it. And I think it would be like, oh, Okay, yeah, we can pull that off. It's going to take maybe a couple of months of prep work to make sure everything's working, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's a smart thing, and I think as we're kind of wrapping up, I think a lot of people, if you could take away that thing that Glenn did, that he had that dream, that desire to do something, make a start on this business thing, and then he invested in himself, and he went and did a course, he went and did he went and focused, he went to a university, and he got around people, he asked them, they're actually doing it, and all of those are just so, I just see them in every area, and I see it so much in the areas of my life that those are like the three keys, the three main keys. If you had to sum it up, go for it, don't be scared, then get around people that are doing, learn what you got to do, and then go do it. So if you do those 2 3, there's plenty of lessons in between all that kind of stuff, but those are the main things. And I just want to kind of re-emphasize that to people listening.
Yeah, yeah. I think tied to all of that is whenever possible, go all in.
Oh,
And I know, like, people, you'll have a lot of people tell you that it's not smart. But when you go all in, it changes your mentality and you're seeing things differently. So my wife and I got married a little early, and so I had studied music in school, and when I finished, she still had a year of school, had a year of school left. So I was doing all sorts of weird jobs like a courier, and I worked at a music store. But eventually I was like, okay, unless it is playing an instrument to make music, I'm not doing it. Like, we're just married, we're young, we don't have kids, we don't have a whole lot of responsibility. I've got to just go all in now. And that was January of 2000, when 99 turned to 2000. That was the decision I made. And by was it that year? Just a minute, 2000. Oh yeah. Okay. So about a year, just a little over a year later is when I ended up joining this band and moving to Nashville, and then record deals and touring North America and Europe, all that stuff started to happen, which, if I had gotten myself into a job and gotten really comfortable, I wouldn't have said yes. I wouldn't have even maybe entertained the thought. But because you're all in, same with this, I quit my job and this business was the thing. And I figured out what I had to do to be all in. So if you can be all in, then do it. And it's hard. It's hard, but if you can do it.
yeah, and it's hard, but it's even harder not doing it and living with that regret, or living with
Again,
that
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So tell me, as we're wrapping up here, so where Silverhand Meadery, you've already told us, but does it have a website? Is it just silverhandmeadery.com?
Bingo. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, that's a nice domain that you were able to get that. That's great.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, you can order stuff online there and have it shipped to you. As long as you're in the States, you can get mead shipped to you in almost every state. And then honey we can ship to you as well. So we have a lot of really cool, unique honeys as well.
Wow, that's awesome. And so how can people connect with you if they're like, hey, this guy's awesome, I want to actually follow him as a friend, or as a follow him on Instagram, or do you have any of those places, or where can they find you? Is it?
Yeah. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. This is Glenn Lavender. For my music side, I've got Glenn Lavender Productions. Oh wait, just glennlavender.com. Glenn's with 2 N's, so you got to make sure you look that up. Otherwise you might get my dad. He's 1 N. So yeah, 2 N's, glennlavender.com, and you'll get my production site. And I'm pretty easy to track down due to my businesses and public stuff. So yeah, I'm not a hard guy to get a hold of. So yeah, you can reach out via Instagram, via Facebook, via the contact sheet on my website, or through my business. So yeah, lots of ways.
Gosh, well, thank you again, Glenn, for hanging out and sharing some of those entrepreneurial gold nuggets and little that people can take away. So thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to chat a little bit, and I look forward to when next time we talk. I'll ask you more questions, because I know this situation, You had to ask me more just because of how it's set up. But next time we talk, I'm going to ask you more questions because
Absolutely. And I interviewed you today. You can interview me.
that's it. That's the way to go. I'll start my own podcast. It seems to be a good thing to do.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, sounds good. See you, Steve.
Well, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Glenn. I've learned so much stuff, and we've got some great wisdom nuggets and some great lessons from firsthand, from your experience, from the things you actually went through and the things you did, and hopefully you guys have, as you've learned listening or watching this, that you've taken some of those nuggets and you're able to use them in your future. You know, whether it be talking about habits and creating those habits, or building the confidence that you need in order to be successful. And of course, if you don't know, head over to Silver Hand Meadery to find out more about Glenn Lavender and order some of his amazing drinks there and beverages. But I wanted to let you guys know that this podcast is sponsored by patreon.com, my account, which is patreon.com /Steve Collum. And if you head over there and seriously think about maybe supporting us, maybe even as little as buying a coffee a month, or just becoming a part of what we're doing here, and allowing Asher Kai, my stillborn son, to have a voice and have a voice out in the world. You know, we're here creating inspirational and motivational messages and stories, and interviewing motivational and inspiring people. So think about that, and every little bit helps. Thank you so much. And also I guess we'll wrap up, and I will see you in the next episode.
Whoa, we're gonna rise up. Whoa, not gonna give up. Whoa, we're gonna